a split from last game, it's probably a good thing to go that route. Nice opening by Batu through the wall. Obviously had the info from the drone, and now they've got the opening pick. Apeks looking to pick up the pace towards the A site, and filling in the space is Shao. He's isolated though, nobody close by, caught by the stun, but his smoke gives him a little bit of free space to play with, and he's ready for this backside wrap. Catching the first at least, but going down after. The spam through from Hiro might just have recovered this.
And a solid reveal. I know Billy will be happy about that one. It's going to at least garner them an extra. But the spike in the meantime has gone back. In fact, it's going around the world, all the way towards that C site. The problem is, with Governor going down, they now sit with a disadvantage. Batu even trying to find a little bit back, does win the fight versus Ruxic.
Spike planted.
This is now a winnable position, even though the HP is very low for those Apeks players.
A stun coming back on for MOLSI, and a flash as well with low HP in the 2v2. And the utility they have, it's difficult to run the clock down. They have some reactive utility for the deep control. Batu, he was looking for someone coming through spawn, but now has a chance to dive on them. They're not going to be caught by surprise, though. NAVI covering all their bases. MOLSI on the walk around. He might just have caught some beautiful timing. They're still expecting him to be down below, but the shot fired a little too early. Nice connect
there. But Apeks looked great. Well, especially on Ascent, they look fantastic, so I definitely understand why it was banned.
Apeks using those pistols and the numbers to their advantage. They've already managed to overrun the site.
Spike planted.
20 HP left on Hiro and some support coming in from Angel, but these are opportunities that Apeks are keen to capitalize on. NAVI, they won the pistol by a narrow margin, but by a fairly wide one. They seem to be losing the follow-up. It's only koalanoob remaining. And as strong as he may be, up or not, this one looks like it's too far gone. Salvo's online for the post plant, time already ticking, and you know there's been some recovered weapons. Ready. We can see it's florescent with a vandal. Moving up with the operator for now, securing a lot of control, but look at the information. Florescent is gaining great stun. The follow-up isn't there though. Angel still able to connect the shot. In the meantime though, the space has been taken on B, and AvovA is creeping his way into the back lines of NAVI. That's a danger for later on in the round. For now, he'll be trying to work space and link up with the rest of the squad. 3 players on the other side of the Viper wall waiting to break through. They're aware though, they've spotted AvovA, and now he's in a lot of trouble, surrounded by players, taken down. MOLSI though makes this again doable. He's very low on HP though. The Governor's gonna have a lot of work cut out for him.
Already had problems because of the deep position of Koala. The stack up was available for NAVI, able to take so much extra space. Trap still online, so they know that if there is anybody pushing, they're coming from that cross angle. Koala's just watching to see if anybody gets aggressive. Now knows that somebody is within the site, trapped in and just somewhat waiting for the peak. Hits the timing, and now only Governor stands to face versus 3.
All missiles away.
They swing, lined up as well. Governor!
Sorry, boys. Oh, an immediate aggressive attack towards C, but there is a split coming from behind. Well, it's only Angel to find absolutely anything here. Shao on the site will be decimated, and yeah, Koala's just got to save.
Angel connecting that shot.
It does mean that if your opponents play very passively, as NAVI are right now, you are going to burn the clock quite low, looking for this aggression. And they've ended up finding it. The door opening, attempting to try and surround Batu. It's huge though from Hiro. That double drops the spike. They even had the cross coming through with the ultimate, so a problem, that Armageddon. Spike is going to be stolen. Not going to be able to be blocked. Florescent has done well. Koala is struggling at the moment, eliminated within that A site solo. And somehow this now comes down to a chance again for Apeks.
Tom, they were being played like a fiddle. Realistically, that B push saved the day. Shao finding the pick outside C, got rid of a big danger, but still, the danger is lurking. AvovA's being the standout player for Apeks in so many of these moments, and you talk about clutches. He is someone that's going to win his and shut yours down. A chance for NAVI that's slowly fading away. They seem to have seized the day in this round, but instead, it was falling back into Apex's hands. Now it's AvovA who has to make good on his promise.
Hero. I wouldn't mind just seeing a retake play from NAVI. They are very quickly hightailing it over towards this A site though.
You're seeing salvos go down now. NAVI should know their
30 seconds left.
Window should have closed in terms of taking the site control. I see the smoke down on the right, and there it is. The Viper's Pit in play, safely deployed. Good spam, but the return is there right away. And the problem will be rooting these players from that position. Showstopper, one of the best chances they have, and it's fired in blindly, not landing, not finding its mark. And this is the thing, there is no need for Batu to take any of these fights, especially in tree. You know your back is secure, and there's plenty of friendlies to take that fight up front. Apeks are shredding them. And well, if you want to counter to that big old gun, having to fight through a pit is going to make it pretty difficult to use the tour de force. Koala almost falls on his way back, and no specific thing, especially with this being Navi's choice. You have to wonder what awaits us when we move to Haven for Apeks. Already gotten rid of some of that early aggression, or some of the danger of it, I should say, with Florescent so aggressively pushed up. Navi fill in the space after, but it's nothing but dubs for their side. Every fight going their way.
Angel and Ruxic should get the job done, unless the jiggle's just off timing.
See how this goes. So far, it's been around for Navi, 2 for Apeks. The pattern has been there quite a while. We'll see if they can break it. Coming into the close of the half, 6-6 still possible. Deep Yoru ult, and they will fall back from the C site completely. A free plant. And this is the thing, for Apeks, if that plant goes down, it is so difficult to take that round. So much time is taken off the clock just by the utility in play. They'll instead try to get ahead of it, trap these players on the site, and fight them here and now before they can retreat, but that doesn't seem to be going well. A dominant performance from Apeks, and in a 2v4 now, what's the decision? You could see a world where they go and save, but still pushing forward.
Poison orb going down. It is the call to leave. Definitely a moment or two where I didn't mind, again, Navi trying to get ahead of the play, trying to get back into the site, but it definitely seemed like more of a raw push attempted. I think a paint shell thrown into that backline. Just, as I said, once the plant goes down, it seems like there's going to be a solid hold. MOLSI attempting. You also have the operator still facing in that direction, and while the Rolling Thunder is going to be utilized, but as you said, this is all a ruse, and in fact, it's worked perfectly. We've seen Ruxic TP to the other side of the map. Showstopper is going to be popped, though. It's an attempt to try and dance out of there for Hiro, but although he goes down, that's actually not bad. He has bought extra time.
It felt like this was the best opportunity for Navi with a conventional A hold a player up on Ruppel. They had and in fact, the Showstopper, obviously, they had a huge chance to catch that A push, but they second-guessed themselves. And of course, with the Rolling Thunder on C, you expect that they're committing. Batu's being caught. Navi on the slow walk, the train arriving on the A site. And Apeks in trouble. Armageddon put into play. It forces Ruxic forward. Angel goes back. They're not on the same page, and they'll pay the price for it with inefficient trades. The salvos were there as well, just to make it turn from bad to worse, keeping them on the other side of the smoke. AvovA with another, but he's still got 2 more to pick up. They're dancing through that smoke. AvovA takes koalanoob.
Hold on to positions. For now, though, they're actually going to aggressively fight forward. It's not the worst start, but Governor able to get 2. A good stun coming out of the Apeks side. AvovA realizing that this is not worth fighting anymore. You already have the player advantage, and just wanting to try and retreat.
Yeah, it was definitely the right call there. I don't doubt AvovA that much in duels, but there's no point in risking it around Mound. You've already got that advantage, and you can put a smoke down, and you can see the effect it has. Navi stopped completely in their tracks around Mound.
I think there's a magnet on Koala where the Jarge is like, I'm gonna get you. Like just following him around the map. I think he's had to shoot it every single round. Governor really is in his head.
Florescent, nicely done. The blast back in from Hiro, but Florescent didn't take the bait. Dealing with the problem of Shao first, and wow, that's enough flashes.
Probably second-guess things a little. Maybe it should. There's quite a few players here now.
They've picked up the first, not ready for Governor perhaps, but Hiro is on the ball. They're not spotting AvovA though. The double kill has put Apeks in a decent spot considering the round that they're in. An outlaw in play, but everyone's 150 full shields. And well, the weapon not reloaded on the peak is probably the biggest issue of all. Florescent, well, now it comes down to tidying up. It's housekeeping. Can they pick up 1 or 2 extra kills? The round looks quite difficult to find, and indeed they've got a beautiful little stack up. The flash will not catch them either. Pressure applied there early, but Now players making it to the door. That wall soon to fall. That's going to open up a window for them, and it's free. Angel caught off guard. The ultimate by Florescent used to more or less keep herself alive and confirm that information. At least 2 spotted. Good idea about the extra. Great stun. Not such a great follow-up, though. NAVI. Oh, that's a heaven sent of a round for them. We're back into winnable territory. 1 picked off on the cross, though. Ruxic, 11 HP, and Hero on 66. But he lands a headshot that turns the tide right back in their favor. Showstopper already online before that kill. And now, well, that will be a beautiful safety net, maybe even used here just to close it out. This is AvovA after all.
Stopper popped immediately. This is just for time. Just to try and bait the opponent, and he's just going to go jumping straight through. Hero, who's been the star of the show the last couple of rounds, is tempting to try and sell the idea of a fake. You have to bear in mind, though, Florescent is waiting and watching. Well, that immediate pick-off. The problem now is that the fake has done better than the take.
Drone is down.
I mean, little do they know, the take actually worked wonderfully. You sacrifice a player and that whole half of the map is wide open, but you'd be foolish to go running in as if that were the case. They don't know that the gate crash was used towards the C site. They don't know that only now has that op rotated back into the A site. So they've taken their time waiting for opportunities. Those opportunities never came. So they step up. I will say, risky to shift walk up in this space where they know there was an op before, and with Governor waiting eagerly for Hero's roundabouts, there will be no flank. It all comes down to the site take, and it looks like they're moving towards B. It's probably better to avoid the operator.
30 seconds left.
Let's see if they have a better time against Batu.
Batu seems well aware of this potential. It's whether or not they can maybe spot an angle from above. Missed shot. That was an opportunity, and now with the remaining players still having that Armageddon online, this is a seemingly an easy setup. Not even going to use it. Salvo's attempted to at least try and chunk a bit of damage. I believe that Shao did take a slight hit, and then the patience from Florescent has put NAVI back into a horrible position. But here comes Shao. He's been a little bit quiet. See this aggressive push-up. An immediate usage of that Armageddon, trying to force them into the hands of AvovA, and that's exactly what they've done. Angel's not going to survive it. It all hinged on a kill coming out from Hero. Shao has at least got rid of Florescent, though. The trap for them when they went back has been dealt with.
I love how optimistic Angel is that maybe they wouldn't have put the ult all the way into the corner.
You don't have anywhere else to go at that point.
Yeah, it was run into the choke point with the spike was an opportunity, but yeah, they might have been a bit more annoyed if he had done that. At least it's retrievable and found by NAVI with a slow shift up. Clearly Apeks not expecting them to still commit to this angle, and AvovA's the one to find the info, at least gets a paranoia out of them. So somewhat less utility for NAVI to work with, but post-plant Astra can still do quite a lot.
One of the plan is here. So you have that Cosmic Divide available.
You are divided.
That is going to be used. Trying to keep a couple of pockets of space. Try and use that surprise element. Could make things that little bit more awkward. Obviously that time is already ticking, and Koala's been forced off the angle back into the salvos. In fact, he's going to go down to a snake bite. It's pure utility. Shao looks for a gap, and instead is found by an opponent, although that time is ticking. Instead, maybe to go back towards B.
Nightfall can be very effective here as well if they decide to deploy it. Looks like just a straight push in with the showstopper. Hero chasing them down. Stuns caught him. Governor's not gone terribly far, but I think he'll be safe there. Depends how deep Hero put that shot, and indeed he's lost a lot of HP, but survives on 50.
Blocking vision.
Good start. Look at this late lurk by Shao. They're already retaking control towards the broken door. If Shao can creep up, I think he'll be a little late though. Apeks moving somewhat quicker than their opponents might expect them back into this retake.
Is they've got like a double lurk, an aggressive play. Hero ends up taking out his IGL, removing him from position. But
into round 22, let's see if NAVI can paint the scoreboard red with another. It's Hero lighting up a kill feed, and MOLSI again. Same position, not with an operator either, so those headshots might be necessary as they cross out, and it's a clean opener.
Down B.
She's done her job. Just needed to get the pick and get out of there. Good opportunity still for a post plant, and HP already low. I feel like there was a temptation from Koala to attempt to get a little bit more aggressive here. Dimensional Drift is going to give them every single piece of information they could ever need, and actually they're walking towards AvovA. This could be perfect. Has that paranoia, immediate usage of the utility, and going to try and go for the knife. Doesn't quite manage to get that pick though. Still standing as Ruxic, trying to dance. I appreciate the support. Governor gives to his teammate florescent again. Maybe a little bit unlucky not to get to the re-swing. Definitely feeling confident in her ability. Well, maybe a little bit too confident. Even still, though, hero lost. Shao trades. It's back to a 3v3. Spike on the B site, but you have to bear in mind that they're taking their time. Cosmic Divide utilized once again just to make sure they can get safely into that post. Oh, maybe not.
Again, man, MOLSI's had a great game.
That's
such high impact kills.
Divide.
Yeah, it is. It's not fantastic as the strategy goes, but this is the Brimstone main that's known for just the same kind of play. Ruxic is in a smoke. They haven't seen him, but they are shredding him. The knife attempt again. This time it's Batu, and it's the utility to claim the kill. Ruxic last alive, and the spams give him away. A clean response from Apeks. More conventional. We shall see. Thorns early and activated down in sewers. No possibility for Apeks to continue that A push. They'll be sent back to this long aggression on its own, and a paranoia, but it lands a little late. Florescent goes down. Still good for the trade at least. So no. Oh, I'm surprised Governor's still going. Governor pushes right up when it seems like the push on short was cancelled. They initiated a solo A push.
Because of that. He's the one to go down for it. Then again, it's his own shock dart, so there's only one person to blame in that scenario. Nobody currently within this C site, and a lurk being left on Hero. Now, they've intentionally not broken that trip, maybe trying to sell the concept that nobody was in this position. It seems like they going to be wrapping right back into Hero's cross. Even still, though, Badger's going to win that fight and gets the second onto Koala. Two players waiting and watching for the young Turkish player. Shao with another. It was hyped up on the desk. Him back on the Sova. Well, he needs to ace the pistol, and he is not going.
A lot of their players up on A. 4 of the Apeks members ready for a fight, but that fight goes the other way nonetheless. These players pushing on long, trying desperately to take down Governor. Well, they risk their back being wrapped up on. That's why Angel is locked in on this position, and they've spotted him with the reveal.
Yeah, Angel also threw the thorns.
Danger.
So the second player was actually denied being able to get through that choke. Ruxic, though, going alone. Running through. No idea as of yet how far the squad have got into the back of the site. The rows basically just used to make sure there's nobody there, and I guess the cage to make doubly sure there's no one in that corner.
Yeah, if someone peeks from backside, they can just quickly.
It happens. It happens. It's happened in a scenario where it literally doesn't matter, so I think that's okay.
It's hype back. I'm sorry, hype. I regret saying that.
Why have you said that?
I'm getting ahead of the problem, you know.
I wasn't gonna say that. That's just mean.
I don't know, Tom. I don't know anymore. But yeah, AvovA, well, he's gonna be a little upset. No, the swing doesn't come in on time. He's gonna be a little.
But we'll ignore that.
It won't be. Yeah, thanks to their mistakes. But for Governor, he still has quite a number of players coming towards him, and a reveal right behind him. Got a nice little angle there. They don't have any idea. It's free for the first. The planter in danger. They have to step in. The stun is perfect. Governor with a wonderful play that seems to have locked NAVI out of this round. They'll wish they had that extra player, as that Ruxic is the last one standing. Paranoia even caught him. Insult to injury. And a firing squad awaiting him if he peeks to attempt the spam through the smoke. I feel like Governor's a different person every round. Okay. Nice try by Florescent, and Hunter's Fury committed off this early on. The other players were a little too far away. That was dead on, but distance not quite ideal.
It's always quite easy to forget that it does actually have a distance range. We've seen an attempt with the Hunter's Fury combined with some aggression. However, though, not having that expectation that somebody could be so far up. AvovA is tagged relatively low, but has managed to escape, bringing this back into a 4v3. Again, though, it's a full gamble onto the other side of the map as they attempt to make their way into C. Maybe not. Expecting that they've sold a ruse, there's a chance that If Angel falls here, this ends up back in a 3 versus 3, re-aggressing round onto the angle, but he will win that fight. Already spotting one. I think once the second player goes, surely the full team will almost start just running back in the other direction. No, they're looking to try and pressure this. They're going into the blender, but eventually Koala has made that realization that this is not worth it. Even still, though, from a 4v3 with a low HP player, we now sit in a 2 versus 2. The one danger, though, or the one major danger, is that Hunter's Fury is online for Shao. Obviously farming up a lot of kills. I also wonder, I think Koala's just going to try and take one and then fade away.
Still has that gate crash to fall back to. Wonderful work again. Navi, there should be no way for this one to fall the other way. Hunter's Fury, like you said, online if they need it. Defuse halfway, smoke pops. They've seen it's half. Now they know that they're in a dangerous scenario, not giving him the time. It's on the line for both squads. Lots of ultis for Navi.
Yeah, I'm looking at that operator in play for Florescent, but unfortunately, all the way over on the other side of the map.
Here it is.
An attempt to try and clear out the player with a Hunter's Fury. Batu will go down. That's the full Cypher setup. That's actually well worthwhile in terms of getting that opener in deep. Vice wall as well, and the Vine's already placed but immediately destroyed. That's the thing though, Florescent actually going to bait out the wall. I think expected. I don't know, I heard something around it. Sounded like it went up, but instead she's gone back in the other direction, still having that expectation of players close. The trades will come in, but still sticks in Navi's favor for now. Already, Hero in position, Shao with another. It's going to be left all onto AvovA, normally good in the clutch, but the time is ticking. So much still to do within these moments. And already you can see the shock darts coming in. Hero going to run all the way through.
To start this round out, but now that they've seen the danger, it's swapped over into his hands, and Florescent will be sent in with the ultimate. They've got a stun lined up as well. But Angel doesn't seem to be on the line that they're looking for. In fact, that's because the line is for a long fight.
Ready? Steel Garden utilized, and that takes up such a mass amount of the map. It won't affect Florescent if she was going to attempt to use that overdrive. Fact is, though, the post plants have looked better from the side of Navi. Already going to be using those thorns, but left Koala at the back of the site, not able to quite deal with Florescent, but down to just 8 HP. Those thorns are going to be deadly. Rifle retrieved as they now look to try and get onto that defusal. Hero, though, up close, is acting as the bodyguard. Finally put down by Florescent, but that should be the damage done. It's a bit shaky from Ruxic, but the bigger problem is that time of our eyes. Confusion. Him then using that means they go, I think there's a guy over there. Like, Hero was just slow walking towards already. Governor going down. Look at the info. That's 3 players spotted by Koala. They immediately start their rotation back towards the B site. Now Hero, well, you mentioned it. He's been the king of the B site. Just holding on to the exact same angle as the prior round. Sure, been forced off it, but I don't think they're going to mind too much.
Yeah, I understand why you go B when Hero just seems so comfortable here. A shutdown of the first. It's Florescent down. She's been struggling in those early fights. The Vine's in play as well. Look how annoying that makes it. The players slowing their push completely, and as they set their eyes on the site again, the backstab from Ruxic seals the round. MOLSI is going to try to save this operator. They now know exactly what's in his hands, and look at the response immediately. They're running it down after him. Chance to pick up one. The reset, though, not quite so easy.
On that attack side, and they come back in again with the immediate usage of that Hunter's Fury. Shao has been pinpoint accurate, and each time has picked off a major threat.
No.
Ruxic is... Oh, don't you dare. Don't you... He's gonna get it. MOLSI is down to 26 HP. You know that MOLSI at that moment went, he's probably left, because why would he go through this?
Well, he certainly didn't know he'd lit him down to 2 health. That might make him a bit more frustrated with that scenario. Information landing.
Gotta run back.
Thanks to Batu, they know exactly where Navi are going, and Apeks are ahead of it. They've still got their traps here as well. Spike still committed to this C site. There's no going back anymore. It's time to fight that damage on the side. So good for Hero. They are staggered and stalled slightly, but the spike making it here, and Hero thinning out the herd. This man is a big danger. The spike's gone to backside solo. Well, we better hope that there's a lot of impact to be had. AvovA coming down on long. That's a free kill onto Angel, and Koala spots him early. Paranoia. think that even
30
caught
seconds.
Angel. Yeah, oh, he's done for.
remaining.
No chance in that fight. The wall on backside, well, Batu was caught coming out of it. Despite
That leaves both teams fairly low on ultimates. Okay. Florescent not expecting just the sheer level of aggression through their own cages, even going to get the info off the back of the neural theft. That will tell them that this A site, at least for the moment, is free, although Ruxic has been slowed. And there is a cam available potentially. He's just going to stand in the open and try and remove it? Okay.
Spike
a
planted.
brave play indeed. Okay, the wall's being spotted. And this presents a big problem. Late flank from Hiro as well, completely unknown. They know that they also can't fight through this spawn angle. The wall will block them off unless it's just one player to go, or unless they group up and blitz it together. There's risks with it, but the big risk is they'll never make it towards the wall. A little shaky, but they get there in the end. Koala with another and finish. Sort of where they have to start, considering previous performances, and in that regard, moving in the right direction.
Doesn't look at it like that. I can tell you that for free.
Or
NAVI
can look at it how they want.
Yeah.
They decided to pick up these players, Tom. And that's their
the
decision.
least valuable position on the map. In a matter
30
of
seconds
seconds,
left.
Batu's left, potentially walking into a stack, but the C site is completely clear. And I think the other players on NAVI are going to be desperately confused as to how this has happened with a player towards the spawn. Now Batu's going to walk back in and go, there was a guy in the spawn? Like, how has that happened? But it still puts NAVI in a 5 versus 3, and you can see that Apeks are not just going to sit back. They're getting aggressive, moving forward into spots where they can find a surprise. Unfortunately, the surprise is another player to fall. It's all going to come down to what can Florescent do alongside the IGL of MOLSI doing D's and a sniper, and you have a real opportunity. Koala, I think, may already have a decent idea of what's been invested, but Hiro is in for a nasty surprise. Only having a pistol means that he has been slaughtered, and they can get into a close range post-spawn. If they can get into the post-spawn, they may not even need it. Koala only going to get one with a rifle.
They don't know Angel's here. He's caught a lot of them reloading, but MOLSI corrects in time. And the smoke couldn't have been timed
Away
better.
from anything here. 3 players around this angle. In fact, 2 Sentinels in position with an incredibly aggressive play over on that A site. Now, Ruxic is someone that, you look back to kickoff, had some really big individual games. I think it was especially on maps like Bind. He looked like he could put up numbers. I think there's no doubt his individual ability is there. But in this matchup so far, he's not had the best game.
All the bait here for Shao. Oh, goodness. Beautiful opening, but Ruxic being here isn't accounted for. 2 shots and both connect onto the head. Apeks, they try to make it work here with these weapons. They had a real chance.
To him back on the Sova, and while Florescent has just taken that open up, but doesn't expect the 1-2 punch. In fact, you can see Ruxic's plan is to wait a little bit longer to maybe catch a second player. The rest of the team, though, has just gone straight into C.
And they've got the Vice Wall to cover off the Behold as well. No late flank possible from this squad. Hunter's Fury. It's fired blindly. It's not finding the impact, but Angel and Koala certainly are. Back to a 3, in fact a 2 versus 2, with big pickups on the other side. Koalanoob sends the decoy. He's going to use this to post up. That's the operator on a long-ranged angle. No real opportunity now for Apeks to re-aggress on that spot. The rotation already coming in as Governor goes wide around to the A site, where he should be able to freely walk in and get that plant down. Oh no! Koala with the miss!
And that actually allows, well, potentially allows AvovA to get out of here. We'll have a smoke in a second as well, just to mark his own cross. That was seemingly a freebie.
30 seconds left.
You're going to witness that plant coming in. The rest of the team still a little bit unaware. Good position from Shao, though. Should be the... That's now the second time. Well, probably doesn't realize he's walking into a 2-man trap. Who would expect multiple players around this corner? He's predicted the first, but yeah, it's his own place.
Yeah,
when it's someone else's
he's
playing,
hyping them up like crazy.
Knows what he's doing. Already, Koala has taken some aggressive control. This was very much predicted by the opponents. Well, Batu,
just to be a thorn in the side, has the ultimate to TP if needed. And that is a big pickup. A couple times now, NAVI have found big value, even inside the smoke.
Very small. This is the problem. When we saw Florescent on the other side getting aggressive, it was very much something that Navi. It's never going to be easy.
Oh, that reveals caught. Hero's still alive, but eventually he will fall. The TP from AvovA. It's not even the first one we've seen in this map from him going straight into the enemy spawn. Down to 30 HP though. Not long for this world. Tries to take someone with him, but at least finds the space for his squad. The Vice Wall almost working in Apex's favor as they use it to block off Garage, and it almost works as a smoke as well. They're able to cross all the way back to long, Rolling Thunder online, Hunter's Fury in play. NAVI need to be quick on this retake, and that's a wonderful shot for Florescent. Consider there's 3 people here and a Vice Wall. There's a 2 stack on B with deep aggression as well. This is a lot to work with, and so that sends Vice over to cover in C gaps, covering Garage gaps, which leaves Ruxic on his own, but they haven't checked! Ruxic! That double is huge! B site open for business, and Angel, having just fled it, will find himself smoked off. Both sides, in fact, this is a plant that should be undeniable. All put into play, but the TP out is not free! No one's watching again! A few mistakes have given NAVI an opportunity.
Already tapping that spike, baiting him into the open, leaving Batu to try and fight versus 3 players. They need to try and isolate as many of these
that they have. Oh, just like that. Quick shot towards Garage to come back, but that's about all. MOLSI hoping for space, hearing the jump peak might tempt him to swing out a little bit more wide, and that's exactly what Shao wants.
Right there.
They've already spotted out the thorns. Not because of the step. There was a step, so he just popped them. They're ready to shoot it. Instead, setting up with the Rolling Thunder. Shao may be able to dodge this. I think he might have been caught, yeah, in the back line, so you're not going to have that same sort of aggression. Instead, dimensional drift being utilized to try and get as much information as humanly possible. Nothing in terms of ultimates that will be able to deny too much here. Especially that Hunter's Fury that's gone down, unfortunately, for the attack.
Wall has been picked off, numbers back to even. Good stun, though, will slow them. Big TP from Ruxic, but it's being spotted. He realized that in time, thankfully. Back he goes. Paranoia not ready, not online. They have to just swing right into these angles. Going well to start with.
Throughout the rest of the season, Florescent are just so good at taking that space into the site. Hero's going to try and isolate that battle. She is completely alone, but just completely avoiding things. And now Hero's in a prime position. It's not pretty though. It might be one of the biggest wins we've ever seen. And Florescent is going to eliminate the rest. Oh, that is such a rush. Rolling Thunder available. They're doing well to deny information, but the one piece that maybe they don't have just yet is this aggressive push currently down mid. Now, Koala has done well in the past from these sort of positions.
One piece mentioned. Good start. 11 to 12. As you said, 1 round here for Apex's OT. 1 round for NAVI is map 3. Again, moving towards this C site. Angel in the crossover denies the TP that no doubt would have been stuck. Knowing Apeks, knowing AvovA. Hiro, well, he's been stunned up now on the back of the site, but the cover from Koala comes in clutch. Hiro making up for the previous round, and, well, favor them a bit more, getting to set the pace themselves.
Already. Very aggressive take in towards that side. It does seem like their opponents were setting up for the retake, attempting, and succeeding on a very aggressive response. Ruxic will manage to stem the bleeding a little bit, and in fact, extend things. I don't know if they're going to expect AvovA at the back of this site, though. Oh, it's checked, but not quite able to find that damage. Ruxic's doing absolutely everything. Back into the 1v1, facing off.
He's got his ult online. A little bit of a recon for them. Conventional wall going to cover out B main as they play in the back site. Ult is used. This is what it was all about. He wanted those ult orbs. He got them, and backside control is theirs now. Rifles focused up to heaven, and these vines, such an annoyance. You can already see them spamming through to try to break them. But if they stay alive late into the round, that is going to be a big drain on the clock. A little bit of aggression from NAVI, but I think it's all posturing. I imagine you'll see them fall back. Astra in an unusual position, staying aggressive underneath the boxes. They've got players on side ready for the fight.
There's a lot of aggressive positioning, and speaking of aggressive positioning, Koala has just taken an immediate fight. The paranoia popped within the first 5 seconds of the round, and that's already MOLSI lost. Normally the most integral piece to this puzzle, the glue for the side of Apeks. Already down.
And the player who went back into a corner like that when the squad comes at him, he tends to take down more than he really should. More than his fair share, but not this time. NAVI standing with 5, still late into, and the pressure put into Heaven. This could be a mistake. It certainly is, as florescent rounds of these rounds, and there's a lot of presence from Apeks, especially with this ult coming through. That's confirming that the hit is on its way. They know about AvovA. The TP coming out of the ult up top's being heard. AvovA and Batu dealt with. They're ready for florescent to be around here. Even still, what was that?
30 seconds left.
I can't believe I just saw that. Should replay that, maybe even now. Screw the round. 2v2. Shao, 32 HP. Tom, all thanks to florescent. This is winnable.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to walk anywhere near. Don't even go near a wall that florescent is looking at, because you might just fall. Gun barrel spotted. A 4th kill already for florescent, and she will take.
Nice kill on the Ruxic, sure, but this decent kill. This one. Get out of here!
I wouldn't even think to shoot at that part of the wall.
That's really just blowing the wind out of my sails. I feel like I need a minute.
It's easy to forget that they're currently 4-1 down. florescent has danced out of the way of that showstopper. Angel was patiently waiting for some aggression, and while AvovA's doing fantastic work on the site, trading things out to leave them in a 3v3, but NAVI still decent spot to play from. The drone is going to clear that backline. Again, it's actually going to be utilized, but it doesn't connect onto Hiro at all. In fact, he's able to basically just sidestep the ult. Still, MOLSI has been able to pick off Angel. That leaves the Spike in a bit of a precarious position, and the time is ticking down. Hiro immediately going to utilize that flash to try and give some space. And the Apeks players in the meantime have grouped up, but it doesn't together go for a more aggressive push. And I think when you have ultimates online, well, that's not exactly how AvovA was hoping. That one important. Could allow for a showstopper.
Nice shot from florescent, and maybe, you know, for NAVI, sending a player out late towards this A site, it's definitely going to keep a lot of them in position. It does allow for a rifle to be retrieved by florescent. Ult online, with Batu falling and the Viper's Pit not available for late round. It will be more difficult for players like MOLSI and Governor to have impact, but Rolling Thunder alongside that rifle, if they decide to commit it, the round's not over yet.
I think it might take one more before that time already ticking. They are going to use the dimensional drift, so clearly an idea to find something into this round. They have got one connection off the back of that Nightfall, and it seems like they are going to set up that Rolling Thunder. They want to try and play for this round, and the timing of Floor is excellent. The aim not quite as clean as usual, but eventually...
Though it's a massive lead for NAVI. Ult used by Batu early on, and that's a lot of space, usually denied. They're walking through the pit. This always makes me nervous against Batu of all people, but Ruxic claims the kill. They haven't cleared MOLSI. He grabs one, and he's just shifting his way back across. Huge risk to spam with a Vandal there, but he did a lot of damage.
It's frustrating for Batu, but even still, they found themselves in a relatively decent position. That A site somewhat open for business, and Ruxic shooting anything that moves while connecting onto it. I think he's also spotted a player down at the bottom of mid, but the timing from florescent could it be better? 1 for free, teammate to support, Koala already tagged. This is looking like a good opportunity to respond, but they have to be careful of the player up above. Already clearing out one. Governor on the site can only find one of his own. And now it's left down to the clutch king himself. AvovA, he's had a couple of attempts, the paranoia through, and already the gun gonna be removed. It takes a bit of time.
2 rounds on the board, it won't be enough to capitalize. Florescent opening. Where's Hero's wall?
Heaven and have the freebie in towards the site. Does he still have it in his inventory?
Yeah. It's going to be placed for the Heaven walk down, but they're keeping control over Heaven. Sort of doubling up on the security of that utility. Oh, okay. Clearly not expecting koalanoob to be that close, but the punish comes in nonetheless. And Batu's able to upgrade to a rifle. That's a great start for Apeks.
Back into slightly more passive positions. The siege from Angel thrown out to Heaven to just try and delay. And there's that Cosmic Divide. The wall has also now been placed over towards the stairs. It's all about just delaying, slowing, making this retake a lot more awkward. And then Shao just lurking on the edge of the smokes. His timing needs to be sublime, and while it seems like him and Hiro
Here we go.
go hunting. Normally this is where you see the stun come out from MOLSI, but they're falling far enough back that connecting that stun may be difficult. Angel's gone full sprint up mid to try and find the gap, and instead has met Batu. Showstopper, there's a lot of players around here, and the flash is good, but he just predicts where Batu's going to be. It's been a bit of a cursed game for the Viper player. AvovA needs to win this battle, and it's a bit shaky, but the job is done. MOLSI in combination. The judge looking to get up in the face as his headshots, but barely any bullets, any of the shells connecting. But the time is ticking. 14 seconds, trying to bait them in. Try to give that little bit of extra space. Koala wants to take that fight, and I think there may be at least 6-6. Half on the attack versus Heretics, and then only 2 rounds on the defense for Apeks. So they do go into what seems like their favored side, but it just seems like so many individuals confident over on that NAVI side. Ruxic having his best performance of the day. I think Shao, he's been pretty good in the last map as well, but I'd argue this has been better. Batu with a nice start, though. Koala out of action, and it seems like AvovA's going to double up himself. This pistol looking inevitable, unless we can finally see that ace out of Ruxic. But with 47 HP, Mitch, even I'm not a believer in this one.
No, listen, he was lights out earlier on, but this should be
Depends on expectations. For NAVI, playoffs would be the start. I think for Apeks, they are taking it one step at a time. MOLSI with a good clear. That was a aggressive position, but it does seem like, but we go back to Haven, they're being caught by stuff like that, so they have been learning as they go.
I like the setup as well that Hiro's put in. The wall and vines on B is just a great alarm system, but also a slowing effect with those vines once the wall gets tripped, and then he moves over to A. He's got a flash that's now going to need to be used with that pickup from Batu. And indeed, it will be beautiful stuff from Hiro finding the kill. But it's the other side of the map where the test is about to come in.
That's the thing, this is a full buy. The first couple of kills that came through
30 seconds left.
definitely seem more awkward. Now, normally, I'm absolutely fine with that wall being activated and baited out, but the problem is the amount of time. 20 seconds left on the clock for them to try and make a move into this site. This is starting to get a little bit shaky, but Shao being cleared with ease, and Angel needs to get something done! It will be the double up. Now left on to MOLSI, just 8 HP, and you can see Angel almost just running.
Split last time around against Fnatic. But this, I mean, it very much just shows as well, though, if you have weaknesses, a team like Fnatic will exploit them. I think for Apeks, that is definitely...
Weak versus others. A depth of talent within that roster, and new coaching staff. These seem to do the trick in week number 1. Batu's done well. Managing to isolate Hiro. Ruxic also desperately low on HP. Shouldn't get anything here. Almost gets away with 2. That is far more damage than expected. An immediate rotation from Angel. Well, that's not gone to plan. All the players over on the Apeks side taking damage. Koala does have the ult, but the problem is the showstopper. You don't want to have too many weapons thrown in.
Squad needed. One stumble and they will fall. It's not going to land.
It did, it was a leg.
He ends up going down, you're right.
Shao as well with some utility of his own. He's been playing off angles the entirety of this game. Florescent is going to attempt to try and bait this one out, but with nothing else being spotted, this could be a problem.
Even Rolling Thunder, look at the response. They've put up the vines and then have Shao playing inside the smoke. It's a nasty spot. Ruxic on the backside, 14 seconds. The plant very much needed.